Hello, my name is Chase Maldonado. I'm a game design master's student studying at Full Sail University, looking to one day become a producer in the gaming industry. For the reading, I actually chose Soki Matsuoka. I really hope I said that right. As my master for the reading. She really what she did was she redefined robotics and then later on prosthetics for people who don't have limbs. I chose her because she was that oddball. She was that person that maybe looked at the situation a little differently than other people. And in doing so, it renovated a whole new way of thinking. So, an example of that would be when she was at MIT studying in robotics. They presented her a task to the class and to her to make a hand. And everyone else just put motors and stuff in the palm and then just made fingers. And that's their concept of how robotics should have been done. But she didn't think that. She wanted to actually instead go away from the function part of it, to go into the anatomically correct point of view. She wanted to make a hand that looked exactly like a hand and then worked exactly like a hand does. And in doing that, she found that the thumb was kind of a weird point and it actually provided a lot of power for what we do nowadays. And then she continued that further. After she graduated from robotics, she went back and got a PhD in neuroscience, which is fantastic. She then used what she learned from robotics and tested that on people to see how their brains worked with limbs and functions, and that helped her create better prosthetic limbs. If I had any questions for Dr. Matsuoka, I would definitely ask her if she had to sort of not conform. What's the word I'm looking for? Did she have to speak through her work in order to get her point across, to kind of show that what she was doing was legitimate? I'm talking about when she was back in robotics. Because people shunned her. They said, that's a waste of time, that's not going to do you any good, and look where it led. Did she have to prove it through her work? I would definitely ask her that. And then also, did she have to craft a different persona specifically for school? From what I read, she was different. She thought differently. And she knew it. So did she have to kind of put on this social mask in order to get sort of acceptance from other people while she was studying what she really was interested in? Those are the kinds of things I would ask her. As far as the 7 deadly realities go, I would have to say rigidity and passive aggression. In my personal field of work. Being a game producer, I'm going to be working with teams, I'll be a manager. So rigidity is going to come. If I come up with different ideas, solutions, possibilities of things to do, there's going to be some push. It's going to be harder for people to latch onto that idea. And that's where rigidity will kind of come in. As well as for me, if I go into a field and I want to change it, but the company says no, I've got to learn that I'm going to have my own rigidity. And then that leads to passive aggression. If I don't like what some people do, or if some employee does not like what I'm doing with the situation, then they would not necessarily come up to me specifically. They would passively wait and sort of take out their aggression in different ways. Anyway, those are the things that I think I will be facing in my field. This has been a presentation on the Week 3 assessment. My references are down in the comments. Thank you very much.